Hello, glue troopers. Well, little minor adventure today. We had to go out into the beer bug infested world and get a few things over at the Hobby Lobby. And I was gonna stay in the car, and the wife's like, "Oh, don't you want to come in and look at the models?" Like, okay, but I might buy something. She's like, "Oh, never mind. Too late. You said it. Gotta do it." And the models, all of them, were 40% off because they're getting ready to clear out, start making room for Christmas. So, knowing the psychology of how the whole dynamic works when you want to buy stuff, you want 2 kits, you pick 5, because you know she who must be obeyed is going to nix that. But if you only pick 1, you're not getting out of there with anything, sometimes, depending. But my wife does love a clearance sale. I had done, as you know, the comparison on the GTOs, the AMT and the MPC, and somebody had said, well, you really need to do a monogram and Revell kits because some folks think they're better. And I figure, well, I don't know that I've ever built one. If I do, it's been so long I don't remember it. And then 1 or 2 of you guys are big into trucks and said, oh man, you got to do a pickup truck, do a Revell pickup truck. Well, I remember when our family had one like this, and I think ours was yellow, but still I was like, you know, I don't know how long, if ever, I built a kit model pickup truck. Now, I haven't been over to ScaleMates yet to see if this Revell kit was originally a monogram kit or not. It's the 66 Chevy Fleetside, and the kit number is B57225. So probably before I can get inside and check it, some of y'all have already looked it up. But I don't know when I'm going to get to this. Obviously, plenty of other projects. And I'd also mentioned that I wanted to get another monogram Mark IV, the Panzer. And they had one. Now, they actually had 2. Now, I had been to the hobby shop 3 times looking for one. They had a lot of other stuff, but they didn't have this one. This is one of the kits that I kind of felt guilty because I took a brand new one and partly melted it down and made it as a derelict for my Godzilla vs. the Wehrmacht movie. And I gave it to my nephew, and I was like, I felt terrible about that. I was like, yeah, I couldn't save it. And I wanted to do another one. I wanted to do it right. And I've always had problems with the Scherzen armor, especially around the turret, getting all the pieces. So I'm one of those guys that likes to pre-paint everything, and of course a lot of times when you do that, you know, the paint and the glue react, takes a long time to set, it slides, and you know, boom. So this time I think I'm just going to go ahead and put everything on, glue the hard plastic hard together before I paint it. But I'm looking forward to getting that around that at some point. But like I say, I just wanted to get it because it was a good deal. The other ones I picked, that she was like, that's too many. You've got a whole closet full of blah blah blah, and I've got a shelf full. But you guys know the drill. Nice. She's not one to let me have a huge stash. You build it or you don't get it. So anyway, I had the Revell 132nd scale UH-18D gunship. That looked pretty good. I had a couple of Atlantis kits. I think they're B24 and they're patent just for kicks and giggles. But what was the other one? I forget. There was another one I was actually more serious about. There were a couple of cars, and she's like, "You don't do cars. You build airplanes." I'm like, "Well, baby, I do everything." You know, she's like, "Oh," so, you know. Anyway, I didn't build horses until I started working on the Stagecoach. Mostly today, I got the figures mostly painted and washed. Got a lot of them hardened, put a few touch-ups on them. They'll be done. I bought one of those big clamps for the which I really needed for this thing, and it's been a lifesaver for this Stagecoach build. And so anyway, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? Oh gosh, yeah, one of you guys, and I had your name, and of course, because I have slippery old man memory, let me see here real quick. I wanted you to give you a shout out because he, although I believe I have a set of instructions for that on the way in the mail, he sent me, he said he thought he had some, and he actually took photos and sent them to me. And that's good enough for me to work on in the meantime. Now, was it an email or let's see, I'm going to just cut this part out because it's taking me too long to find this thing. You know, I tend to forget to look at some of the forms of social media I have because we've got so many ways to communicate these days. Somebody will send me something and then I won't remember how I got it. Was it Facebook Messenger? Was it a text? Was it a email? Oh, good Lord, it's in here somewhere. Oh, crap. Okay. It's not in my email. It's not in Facebook Messenger. It didn't come from voicemail. What other way do I have to communicate? Here's Facebook Messenger. Here's Facebook. Oh, let me go to Max's Models Facebook. That's it. Man, I forget the Facebook. There's two of them, so there's two different. Jesse H. Jesse, I wanted to thank you again. I'll be if the other thing doesn't show up, I'll be able to get by with with those pictures you sent me, and it's nice to know that you just relax. You know, okay, at least the information I need is on the way. And he sent me the whole 9 pages. Whoops, the whole 9 pages, and of course I can blow them up as I need to read it. I got them. So, well, I mostly got the swordfish rig, and I hadn't even looked at it today. I've been so busy with other stuff. I need to get cracking on that. I had set one of the sets of the swordfish wings down, and I'd spent 15 minutes looking for them because they were buried down in all the stuff with that gray, and they would right behind something, they were invisible. You turn around this way, you see them pretty easy, but boy, that stuff works, and I still got to repaint the camo back on it. But now it's a little bit more appropriate color. Anyway, that's where we're at now. Let's see, there was a question I asked you guys today about your favorite kit for from something in Hollywood, and I said mine was the Enterprise, and that's probably true in general, like, you know, because I built a bunch of them and everything, but actually the kits I have in my collection, the one that's the most cherished to me is my UFO Interceptor. Those things have gotten ridiculously expensive, and you know, they were talking about making another UFO movie for a while there, but it never came to be. I actually had designed some stuff for it myself, and I was thinking, I had all kinds of cool ideas, but so if anybody out there ever decides to get the rights and, you know, the $100 million to make a movie from the old TV show UFO, give me a call, because I got some cool ideas, because I'm cool that way. That's about the only way I'm cool. All right, guys, well, that's it. Short one tonight, and we'll hopefully have a coffee again in the morning. Take care. Bye-bye. Who's an adorable little kitty?